Hey yo, everybody.
Almost done.
How are you guys? How was your weekend? So my husband is on days now, which means he'll be home every Monday. He technically didn't work today, but he had a meeting because he's a team lead now. And then his boss was like, "Come and get drinks and let me buy you dinner." And Chris was like, "They're trying to get me to go out." And I'm like, "Go, have fun. Stay away." I'm mildly upset with him, but not in a serious way, so he can stay away.
So he has to bring you leftovers from the work dinner.
Yes. No, he has to bring me my own.
I was
He
going to
has
say,
to order my
not
own.
leftovers, a separate meal.
He's bringing me hot chocolate, actually, which is what I want. So I don't actually want him to spend money to buy me food because last night I ordered us all Chinese from my allowance that I had because he had just worked 7 days in a row and he was tired and got home, went shopping with me and the kids and stuff. The kids and I say the kids and I, but I made my children move a cabinet from the kitchen into the living room. It's a cabinet that we really need to get rid of. And then my husband comes home from his 7th consecutive 12-hour shift and proceeds to move the cabinet the rest of the way out of the house and into the driveway, which was the thing the children and I were going to do. It was going to be a multiple day process. And he's just like, no. He does that. And then also the kids, they had to take the dog gate off in order to move it from the kitchen into the living room. And then they put the dog gate back on, but they put it on backwards and not tight enough. So there's that. I don't like that we look like we're not looking at each other. There we go. That's better. Oh, wait. No, I know how to fix. Give me a sec. I know how to fix it. There we go. Now I'm looking at you.
Fully didn't notice that at all.
I always do. I want to look like I'm looking at you're leaning away from me, but facing me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I am not known to have good posture.
It's fine.
I'm literally
so I bought a Chinese
crisscross on top of a chair right now rather than letting my feet dangle off of a chair like a normal person.
Oh, so then he did that. He fixed the dog gate and then he showered. Then we went grocery shopping and this man was tired. And I was like, "What do you want to do for dinner?" And he's like, "It's too late to pick up something cheap for dinner." And he's like, I'm like, "Okay, what do you want to do when we get home?" And he's like, "I'm going to clean the kitchen and shower." And he's doing this because he knows how bad my migraines have been. And so I was like, "I'm buying us dinner." And he's like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "You can't stop me. I have DoorDash." My God, $15 extra to have it delivered to us, but it is what it is. And so I want to eat some more of the Chinese leftovers. Plus, when we went to the international market today, our international market has Korean corn dogs now.
Oh. Let's go.
I, who have been exposed to a lot of different Korean things through my K-dramas, and my husband, who works at a Korean factory, who has been exposed to different Korean things now, we now have a Venn diagram of things we want to try that are Korean. So we saw the corn dogs and we're like, so I'm like, I want to eat my Chinese and my Chinese takeout and my Korean potato corn dogs.
That
This
sounds
is what I want for dinner.
so good. And the hot chocolate sounds good too. And I'm not usually a hot chocolate person, but 'tis the
Yes,
season.
it's going to be like a hazelnut caramel hot
Oh,
chocolate thing. I don't know. It's from Dutch Bros. I like to try all their seasonal things. We will check on chat, and then I will ask you what you've done. CB's popping in to say hi, then she's going to sleep. She had a 1 a.m. flight home to her birth parents, which is where she is now.
yikes.
Hey, RP. Jessica has done the bare minimum extra today, so she needs another 1,400 words to get the chocolate. Well, we will try to help with that. CB wants to work, but alas, fuck no. But I should be back to sprinting tomorrow during the day. You need to recover from travel fatigue. It's a thing. So it's
It's
a
funny
pink shirt and a cardigan.
That's funny you mentioned that. So I'm on week 6 of my new job, right? And I've been dressing very because I have I'm on video calls for half of my day, and I've been wearing very business casual outfit type stuff, very basic things, and just over time it has been steadily becoming more just Matt's regular wardrobe. And today was the day where I was just like, yeah, they're just gonna learn how I dress, and I put this on. This is we're here now. No more business casual, Matt. We get pink shirt and cardigan, Matt.
Okay. Which is just Matt's final form.
Yeah.
Or it's your winter form.
Yeah, this is absolutely the winter form. The summer would just be this removed.
Fair enough. Jessica went to a coffee shop on Saturday and then the craft store and game store Sunday, so she now has new dice and things to make a festive wreath. Nice. Christian got 3K words yesterday, so just doing a little writing tonight. That's fair. Also, I want to apologize for canceling the last 2 Mondays. Note that it was not entirely migraine induced. Apparently, I just sleep when Chris sleeps now. That he was switching to his day schedule. So apparently my body is just we only sleep good when husband is there. Husband is asleep, we must sleep. And if I sleep at any other time, my migraines are worse. So I'm unsure what witchcraft he's performing now. But so I was just desperately trying to stay awake longer than 6 or 7. There's messages in my chat with CB and Fox where I'm just I'm gonna stay up till 8 today. And then at 7:30, I'm I am so tired. I'm not gonna.
Just crawling. No.
You saw at the end of the book talk, I was so salty. I'm hopefully I'll be awake for Monday. I was also, for anybody who missed it, Saturday, CB and I discussed Raven Boys, which many may remember. The Raven Cycle was the series that Matt and I were buddy reading, and Will Patton, the narrator, has ruined Matt for all subpar narrators.
Yeah, it's cool, Will. I didn't ever want to listen to an audiobook again anyway. That's fine.
He narrates other books, like the Dreamer trilogy.
Now, that's a good point.
Which, let me know when you're going to start book 1 so I can re-listen to the Raven Cycle.
Yeah.
I own them all on Libro, so Wait, Matt, you started. Oh, yes. Tell the people. We'll remind the people who were not here because
Yeah.
we've had
Yeah.
a lot
So
of people who had been sick or moving or adjusting to things.
I don't
Cody,
expect people to remember the comings and goings of my life. I'm not here
Matt
enough.
and Cody actually almost got a new job at the same time because there was a stream when we were congratulating everyone on new jobs. So,
But
but yes, go
yeah,
ahead.
no,
Tell the
I
people.
got a new sales job in. I started the first week of October, so we're about 2 months in almost, which is wild. But yeah, it is way better than my last job. I get to work from home now, which is great, and yeah, super fun. And I get to go to Toronto sometimes for work. Uh, Although I learned recently, I'm going back up to Toronto in January, which seems like the worst possible time to go to Toronto, but that's okay. I will try my best to survive the cold.
While you were updating everyone, I was reading Fox and CB shading me in the chat.
Both of them?
Both of them. They were making fun of me because CB said that my audio was scratchy, and then Fox started calling me a robot that lives on Mars. And then there's this dancing robot GIF, and this is accurate footage of Sam jamming out to her playlist on Mars. Although I do like this one. But I have to tell you, I misread it at first because it says Sam over here thinking she's nocturnal, but has become, and I thought it said Christ-turnal, and I was so confused. But it's Chris-turnal. Which also reminds me, there was this one time I was, like, I had flown to work a convention, and Chris's mom stopped by the airport to bring me something. And then, so she knew that I was like on my way home, and I landed in Nashville, and I got a text that said, "Did Christ pick you up?"
That's like a way of asking if like you died on the plane.
I preferred to look at it as my mother-in-law arranged a ride for me from Christ himself. I was like, I'm getting home safe. Fox said, if I'm not shading Sam, am I really existing?
No, sure, that absolutely, but and CB, that was the surprise.
This bitch shades me so much. She just doesn't do it publicly. She shades me
Yeah.
up. The older
Shades
she
privately.
gets, the more audacity she grows. The other day, she said something about, like, do you want to hang out in a call? And I was like, I suppose. Like, my intended tone was like, I suppose, yeah, we could do that. But I understand its tone text, so it looked more like, I suppose I deem you with my
Said,
attention.
I
And she
guess
just replies back
so.
with this. But yes, we're a shady bunch. I just yelled at the GIF, and I'm in context. But yes. Oh, was it because I mentioned CB getting older? I might get yelled at for that. Someone lives in eternal denial. Yes, I'm a shady bitch. Oh, 3 weeks sick. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Time.
You do have.
I a migraine, and I got a flu shot and my migraine shot today. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do anything productive, but I will host everybody else being productive.
During the sprints, you're just kind of passed out.
I will be robot jamming to my playlist on
Yeah.
Mars. I was gonna say something. I don't know. Entertain the people. I have to find them before I forget again.
Okay. I had a funny little like convergent thinking moment, and
Mm-hmm.
it was so last weekend I was on a bachelor party, right?
Yes.
Cabin in the woods, all that fun stuff. And I've thought this pretty much every time I've gone on a bachelor party, which is a bachelor party would be a great setting for a horror story. To the
Oh
point
wow.
where I'm like, sort of like semi outlining one. I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I like that idea. And then on a whim this morning, I get on. Are you familiar with the YouTube channel Dead Meat? They do like kill counts for horror movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never watched one of these, but it just so happened I like had a little bit of time to kill while I was working, and I opened YouTube and saw that he was doing a live stream. So I hopped on that, right? And he's talking about horror news, and he talks about a horror movie that's coming out in a couple years that takes place during a bachelor party. And I was like, what are the odds of that? That's crazy. And he goes, yeah, I'm really pissed about it because I've been working on a script for a horror movie that takes place during a bachelor party. I'm just like, okay, everyone relax. Everyone calm down. I won't write it. There's too many of these going around. I thought this was a fresh new idea. I guess not. I get on one live stream where he's just like, I guess everyone's doing this. I'm like, I guess
You told
so.
everybody. They all stole your idea.
Yeah, my idea that I'd made it so far as to enter my notes app. And that's as far as it got before I learned. Yeah, everyone's doing that, I guess. I guess everyone's been on a bachelor party and been like, well, this is a little scary just inherently.
But that's what'll make your take will be so authentic.
It will be.
Think of how many you've been on.
This bachelor trip, look, nothing but love to the groom. This bachelor trip had 19 people on it. That's too many. It's too many. Too many people. Booking the cabin, I had to look at like castles effectively to try to get something that sleeps enough people. And
How did he have that many friends that he wanted to take on the bachelor
my
trip?
man's is a social butterfly. And
He's just like, if I talked to you for more than 10
if
minutes,
we
you're
met, you're coming. But no, it was yeah. Yeah, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was upset.
Hey, I want to try a series called The Silver Heir, and I was like, the shadow person's gonna be the main character, and they're going to be a good guy, and I'm going to show how shadows are not evil because I'm tired of this shit. Now I'm just a drop in the bucket. I'm like, where all these shadow bitches came from? But now it's not just that there's like the shadows are not evil. No, now it's, and I quote, all the shadow daddies. And I'm like, why?
But why? But yeah, I'll give you one better. There were a handful of people that couldn't make it. 19 more than that were invited.
Okay, so 19 was just yeses to the RSVP.
Sorry, the audio was being weird. I could not hear that.
19 was just the
Yes. 19 was the yeses. If I'm not mistaken, 4 no's. So yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go into a sprint since my audio's and hope that my connection warms up by the time we get back.
Word.
What? Hello.
All
Am I
around us.
still a robot? Sorry, I forgot to mute my laptop before I unmuted my phone. Am I still a robot?
You are not still a robot. However, I did quite literally just rip my pants.
He's just a fool who ripped his pants.
Ripped his pants. So that's fun. That'll be the start of next sprint is changing pants. Good stuff.
So well, I mean, if you want to turn your camera off, you could just listen to me while you.
Nah,
You're like,
that's
it's fine.
okay.
You can't see my pants anyway.
You can't see my pants, and I'll live with the shame.
Got you. So, right now, I've done a third. I'll say a third of a page of critiquing.
Nice.
In between, because like I want to focus and I want to critique. However, I'm taking long to process certain things. Let me tell you, I pulled up this chapter. I'm on page 4 of this chapter. I start critiquing and I read a paragraph. I'm like, oh, I know where we are. We're in a fight in a merchant's guild, right? And then I keep reading and then it says these like bandits pull up and I'm like, there were no bandits in the merchant's guild. And I go back and I reread the previous 3 paragraphs. Oh no, wait, that was like a chapter ago. We are in a fight scene. It's just a different fight scene. So I was like, okay, so I know where we are, which is why the critiquing is going very slow because I want to be very precious with it. But as I always say, progress is progress. So even like this is like 4 paragraphs that I didn't, and I did after I realized where we were. I went back and I critiqued it to make sure that my critiques still stood. So, but also I started because I focus better when I have something that I can direct my attention to when my brain pauses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, that made sense to you.
Yeah. No, I'm there.
So I had a video on, and like if the video ever if it ever gets to the point where I'm focusing on the video and I can't focus on the thing, I just pause the video and then I do the video again. So it works well for me. Is it as productive as if I could just focus and not listen to the video? No. Being able to focus would, but
right.
This is my workaround. It's working for me. And the video is called I'm debating whether or not to. I don't mind censoring myself. It's just the typical way people censor. This is so fucking stupid to me. It's when they say grape. It's Webtoons assault problem is how I'm gonna say it, because it's not just limited to that. I was like, I have noticed in the past year or so, I have been reading far less Webtoons. Like, I just don't care to read the Webtoons anymore. I haven't been keeping up with them, and I assumed it was migraines. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, no, that is where I went when my migraines were bad. And then I was like, let me listen to this person talk. And they're essentially, I feel like, very validated and like on a subconscious level. But essentially, like recently, within the past year or so, a lot of romance webtoons and fantasy like webtoons, specifically on the Webtoons platform, have been having this growing trend of where like it's not the love interest who does it, but like the lead female will be put in a situation where like, oh, she's arranged to marry this fat ugly guy who's going to do things to her that she doesn't want to, or oh, she's walking down a dark alley and this really creepy guy pulls her in to do things. And then, to steal a phrase from the video I'm watching, buff McSavior man the Duke of the North-South border, which is just, but they got the tropes. They read the webtoons. I am convinced. Like, comes in and saves them, and then nothing comes back. It doesn't matter. And they like cited several webtoons that I have read, and I even like really enjoy those webtoons. But as they said, it's like that's just so unnecessary to the plot. Like you didn't need to have the main character go through this almost situation or have this horrifying past in order to prove to me that A, our villain sucks, and B, our love interest is like the best man. And for me, I'm like, it's just kind of a repeat that like the romance genre went through that for a little while. Or like seemingly did. There were still a plethora of like cozy romances and other romances and stuff. But now those are all like in the dark romance. Like now they have a new label. Like they have their own thing where they get to explore that and stuff. So now it's like, well, if you're in the mood to read something a little darker and whatnot, I still think they should handle it with a certain gravitas.
Sure.
And it shouldn't just be a plot point that we all forget about. But and they were like, they had their editor read the newest 50 webtoons on the app to see he was like, I read the first 3 chapters, and he like gave examples of how, let's see, there were 7 that for sure had it within the first 3 chapters. And then there were more that were, it was like, it's complicated. And like one example he gave is this goblin one where this guy's like makes a deal or is possessed by this goblin or something. I have not read this one. And like the goblin, there's like a series of misunderstandings and it's just kind of played for laughs that, haha, this goblin wants to do things to this female lead or whatever. And he's like, it is definitely as uncomfortable as one of those scenes would be. So he was like using that as an example of things that are like complicated. And he's like, so the stat is it's 1.6 to every 10. And he's like, that's a lot. He's like, especially since that's only the first 3 chapters.
Right.
And he was like, and considering there is absolutely nothing on this earth that you can do to get me to read more of the goblin one. We're not going to know for certain. He's like, but I'm sure some of these get even worse later on. And I was like, and she's like, she thinks that the root of this is the popularity of Lore Olympus, which this is the whole reason that like I was like, oh, I want to talk about this a little. So Lore Olympus itself, it's got a lot of questionable things. We're not going to discuss the entirety of Lore Olympus, but one thing that Lore Olympus does really well is handle that Persephone was groomed and taken advantage by Apollo. And she deals with that. And Lore Olympus handles it in a respectful manner. Like it has gravity, it has a reason for being in the plot and everything. And so there's that. And this person is proposing that Webtoon and some creators saw how massively popular and successful Lore Olympus has become. And what they took out of that is, oh, we just put this in our romance webtoon.
Got it.
What made it popular? And I'm like, oh, I could see that. And it just like reminds me of like, there's so many things that like they did this one thing really, really well. And then now everyone's trying to like copy it. But it's like, but you don't understand why it worked. And then the genre as a whole gets such a shitty reputation. Like, like horror right now. My mom and I were actually like discussing the horror genre on the way home from my niece's birthday party. And my mom was saying that she doesn't like a lot of new horror, not because she thinks it's bad, but just because it's not like the kind of horror that she likes. And I'm like, I feel like as a thing, like if you talk to most people and you're like, oh hey, how would you define horror? Most people will be like, oh, horror, it's like scary stories or anything that's scary. And that's not what horror is.
Right.
That's not what horror is at its roots. At its roots, horror is about eliciting a feeling of unease. It's about making you uncomfortable. A lot of early horror and a lot of really good horror, even like to this day, it presents things that could be or that could be real.
Right.
It makes it like really believable, but like slightly not. So it's like it's an uncanny feeling. Like horror is where the uncanny valley like comes from and everything.
Right.
And a lot of things are just like, oh well, in order to make a good horror, you got to scare people. So like a lot of jump scares or a lot of just like violent murders and stuff. And it's like, no, that's not. Also, this is just a Sam bitching thing. So horror and sex have always actually been intertwined,
Right.
Dracula and that. But I would like to have some sexless horror. if I could get that, because right now, like all of the good horror that I've watched recently has sex scenes and gratuitous sex scenes at that, and I'm like, we didn't need this. This did not help my plot. This I didn't come here for his. If it's an erotic horror, okay, sure, fine. But like The Haunting of Hill House, I didn't need any of the sex in that, and I would have been fine. And like my mom, she was like agreeing, and she's like, "Your dad and I, we just fast forward through it now." I'm like, fuck this. It's like, and that's the thing. If I can fast forward through it, it did need to be there in Sam's humble opinion.
For sure.
Like, because my mom and I, we've never been fans of in general, and she used to get really pissed because she'd be watching a movie or through the sex scene, and because plot was going on, and she's like,
there's like important dialogue happening. Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can't get annoyed in the spirit of my mother, then it didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
But with that said, there are lots of like subgenres of horror and like comedy horror, but even comedic horror can make you feel really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so like that's the thing with horror, is it's supposed to make you feel uneasy and uncomfortable, which is also why whenever somebody's like, I don't like horror, I'm like, that's fine. I don't judge anybody who doesn't like a genre that's goal is to make them uncomfortable. That feels very reasonable to me. So that's just one of those things where I'm like, I really desperately want creators to like just go back to learn about the basics of things, because I think it would improve the quality of a lot of things if they did. But a lot of things are just about making money and making it fast, and it makes me so sad. It's like the era of TV semi fucked up, like plot twist. Because like when fans were able to start figuring out plot twists and stuff, and then like either producers or just the TV writers or whoever made the call would change pivotal plot points just so that wrong. And it's like that's so dissatisfying.
I know, and it's just like, look, like it's just a shame that like stories now are expected to like hold up to this scrutiny of like being subversive and you have to surprise people. Okay, well, for most of history, stories didn't have to hold up to thousands of people on Reddit dissecting every shot to make sure that they're not missing anything, and then they can all piggyback at each other and just work backwards and figure out the whole story. Congratulations, you had a team of 1,000 detectives solve the story. That doesn't make the story predictable. That means you have way too many resources sunk into figuring out this story.
I recently, earlier today, because I've been listening to different videos today, and there was somebody who I really appreciate them. I didn't catch their name, and their video clip was being used in someone else's video, but they were saying something about like authors and stuff. They're like a lot of new authors and stuff. They're trying to like present their writing as like a perfect story in this. And she's like, don't do that. She's like, don't try to write a perfect story. There's no such thing as a perfect story. And really, readers don't care that much.
No, that is such.
And I'm like,
yeah, like
she's
such a realization where it's just like,
wrong.
like quality is not all very indicative of how successful something will be. Like the amount of
That is sad.
the amount of very
true.
popular garbage, the amount of very not popular great work. It was like, look, y'all, the size of the
It's
audience
almost-
seems to be largely luck and marketing, and I don't know.
We just gotta hope we get lucky.
Yeah, like you're playing the lottery here. You're rolling dice.
Well, I plan to, now that it is slowly becoming an option, I'm gonna wait for CB to make all the Hollywood connections
There
for
we go.
me, and then
Perfect.
I'm gonna reverse Nepo.
Reverse Nepo. Perfect.
I'm gonna, yes, I teasingly tell her that all the time. Also, like, it's fascinating the amount of times I will be like reading or listening to a review or something, and people will compare two different things. The main example I'm thinking of is A Court of Thorns and Roses and right. People compare these, basically saying they're like almost the same and this and that. They both have two shadow daddies and two like stubborn women who like need help but they're strong or whatever, and then two of our the other sides of the love triangle and stuff. I have read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which dare I say was quite entertaining, and if not for one massively big issue I have with it, I would actually recommend that book to people, but I refuse to recommend that book to people because I think fandom forgives that week under the mountain too much.
I don't have a frame of reference for what happens in that week under the mountain, as I've
So
never read them.
Basically, oh god, I read ACOTAR a while ago, but I will be rereading it for the Nostalgia Train discussion soon. But, okay, so in A Court of Thorns and Roses, it's vaguely Beauty and the Beast inspired.
Okay.
Vaguely. And we've got Tamlin, who's love interest A, and Rhysand, who's love interest B. Rhysand will henceforth be referred to as our shadow baddie, because I don't want to call people daddy. So
Sure.
I call my father daddy, and
Yeah.
I don't care if anybody thinks that's weird because I'm in my 30s. It's just reflexive. Like the other day, I was just like, "Hey, daddy, can you give me a drink?" It's just what I call my father.
Yeah.
Stop being weird. Anyway, so shadow baddie is what we are calling Rhysand.
Sure.
So she like goes. Our little Feyre, whom is like 16, 17, one of the two. She like kills a fae, ends up having to live our beast stand-in for our Beauty and the Beast retelling. And
who is different from the shadow baddie. That is a different person, yes?
Correct. Tamlin
Okay,
is
cool.
our beast, right?
Sure.
And she ends up living with him, and he's all grouchy and growly, but they're like bonding and falling in love and shit. And then like this evil queen, Fae lady comes in. I'm going to butcher this summary so bad because only the thing that bothers me matters right now.
Right.
So
right.
Tamlin ends up arrested or trapped for some reason, and they can't like, because the evil queen bitch is like in love with him, and so he's got to go like search, or not in love either way. She's obsessed with him, and so in order to like protect Feyre, Rhysand is pretending that she's his, like that he owns her, right? Well, Feyre, in order to get Tamlin's freedom or some shit like that, she's got to do this trial under the mountain, and so they're like inside a mountain, Lord of the Rings style. That's what I think of every time.
Yeah.
There's like a week or something, over a week of partying or whatever. And while, like, it's all from Feyre's point of view, and Rhysand's a bad guy, right? Rhysand, our shadow baddie, he's shit, he's terrible, he's whatever. I'm sitting here thinking he's the endgame love interest. And like he's doing all this to protect her because he into her, but he's trying to respect her boundaries to be with Tamlin. And Tamlin's being a dumbass because like Feyre is all painted up and shit, and Tamlin kisses and touches her anyway. And the queen, who's like, this is definitely not the tone of the book because this is how Sam perceived the book. And then Tamlin's all like, nah, I don't give a fuck about your safety. Let me kiss you anyway because I'm a horny dumbass. And then Rhysand's like, oh my god, motherfucker, her paint is smudged. And so Rhysand makes out with her. And Feyre's like, the fuck you do that? But the evil queen comes around the corner and she's like, oh, okay, her paint smudged because Rhysand is a horny dumbass. All right. And Rhysand's like, no, you do not have brains. But the thing I cannot forgive him for, the book tries to justify that, or like book 2 tries to justify this as a mercy or some shit like this. He drugs her because she's like she's dressed in this like see-through sexy thing. Mm-hmm. And he like drugs her and has her like lap dance on him and stuff for like over a week. There's like party. She's so drunk she doesn't remember it. She is blacked out. So she doesn't know what happens. And I'm like, I'm not okay with that. No. And I don't think enough of an issue is made.
Classic example of assault.
It's like implied that he never did anything to her when that happened, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You drugged me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what didn't happen. That's not okay. And I can't forgive him. And I really hate it because other than that, I fucking love Shadow Baddie. And I hate Tamlin. And I'm like, why did you have to do this? Yeah. I cannot forgive you. I can't get over that. Nope, nor should I. But yeah, so people like to compare that with Fourth Wing, which I have also only read book 1 of Fourth Wing. I read it because Chris, my lovely husband, wanted to read it, so we listened to it on our anniversary trip. It was our road trip book. Yeah, because Chris is also really slow at listening to things, so I had to force him. No, it's fine. So we read it, and I think Fourth Wing is a really good book as well. I like people say that it's poorly written and that there's a lot that don't make sense, but I'm listening to it and I'm like, all of this fucking makes sense. The world building makes sense. There are hints and stuff. I'm like, I think a bunch of you are just dumb, and I ain't afraid to say it. I just think y'all are not good readers. I think you're not good readers and you're blaming it on this poor writer because this actually makes a lot of fucking sense. And our shadow baddie in here never once. He doesn't drug her. He doesn't. No, if anything, let me tell you about Fourth Wing now. In Fourth Wing, we got our girl whose name I can't remember, even though I was listening to this book earlier today because Chris and I bought the full cast version. Violet! How can I fucking forget? Oh my god, that reminds me. The reason I'm annoyed at my husband is because I will say, Xander, the one thing Xaden does that I fucking hate is he calls her Violence. He thinks that's a cute nickname. I'm like, motherfucker, that's a stupid. I will agree with the readers who say that it's a stupid nickname. You're like, oh yeah, nothing. Violet. Yeah. Somebody was like, that's not even clever. I'm like, no, that's clever. It's just not cute, and that's why it's stupid.
No, I do love you being like, people, they're not reading Fourth Wing carefully. That's why they're missing stuff. What's the main character's name?
To read it carefully. They're just to be smart. Like, I don't gotta remember her fucking name. It's her POV.
Yeah.
But no, he's like violence. And so I hate every time that motherfucker calls her violence, and I bitch about it. And my husband started going, "Oh, Sam Violence" or something like that. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Like, no.
Our 15-year marriage about to crash.
I feel like there are so many books that are otherwise good. I'm gonna say this, and I can't think of a single example off the top of my head, but where it's just like the book is otherwise good, but there's one just like dumb thing like that where it's just like
This one.
Yeah, and you just go, ugh, why? Why did you
Every
do
fucking
that?
time. But also they're teenagers, so like I can forgive the writer for making this choice.
Yeah.
I will just be angry at the character.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, no, it makes sense. This is a dumb thing a 17-year-old boy would do.
yeah.
Welcome to Sam having been gone for 2 weeks and simply was stand on her. Everybody needs to know. I need to update everyone on all the things I've been doing. I've missed you all. No, hold on, real quick. I'm so sorry, everybody. Christian got 288 words done. RP's working on a farm budget and schedule for a potential project that he might start next year. Ooh, what project? Figured out that I went way too fast when I was working on it yesterday and messed up. So, yeah,
That'll happen.
Jessica got 512 words. Yeah, reverse nipple when the parent. Yeah, that's my plan. But so in Fourth Wing, right, it's our Violet is she has this disease that I'm fairly certain is based on, or not disease, medical condition that I'm pretty sure is based on a real world one, where like her joints and something, they keep saying elastic. I think it's more that they're brittle or that their elasticity is not good because like she breaks easy. So she was going to be a scribe like her dad, but her mom's like, no, you will be a dragon rider because your dad and your brother are dead and it's just me and your sister and you, and now you're going to be a dragon rider. Which I'm like, I love that all the women in this family are dragon riders. The brother also is a dragon rider, but I'm just like, right out the gate, this book's already good.
Yeah.
But Violet's like Violet's sister is pissed. She's like, Mom, she's gonna die. And Violet's like, gee, thanks, sis. And her mother's like, no, she's gonna live because your sister's badass because she lives with pain every day. But also I'm saying it completely and totally like a bitch, and I am a bitch. But Sam thinks that I believe in my daughter at the very least. So I got one good thing going. Make no mistake. I hate their mother, but I do think she believes in her children. So
at least she has that.
Yeah. So then, like, they've got to go across this parapet, which let me tell you, the way they kept describing the parapet, I looked up what a parapet was, and Chris and I, like, we learned quite a bit about how, like, a keep is built, because I was like, I need to know if this author is fucking wrong or if I just don't understand how this is built, because one of these is true. It was the second one. See, I always fact check myself. Unlike some readers, I don't just blame the writer. But so they've got to go across this really big parapet, which is also really big because the dragons in this world are fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like this thing is really dangerous, but going across it is like your first step into becoming a dragon rider, because like if you can't make it across there alive, you can't fucking fight a war on the back of a dragon, which I'm like, brutal, but fair. Especially since usually the dragon riders are like a volunteer thing only. They don't force people to do this. With the exception of Violet, because of her mother, and children of the traitors. Okay, RP says I have Fourth Wing, haven't read it, don't care about spoilers, but it's on my books to read along with so many others. I will try not to be too spoilery, but like, so yeah, Violet's got to go across the parapet, and it like sucks. She gets across the parapet though, right? So she makes it. Oh, the children of the traitors, because there was like an attempted revolution that failed.
Mm-hmm.
And so the children of the traitors are all constricted to be dragon riders because they're like, you know, hoping that they'll just die
Right.
in the training instead of actually succeeding. Well, like Violet gets over and we meet our shadow baddie, whom is Xaden, and that's her endgame. I'm not gonna be too spoilery. No, I'm sorry, but he's her endgame in my heart. I'm pretty sure he's her endgame. And we also meet Dane, whom is her childhood bestie. Like they grew up together and everything.
Doesn't have
I
a
hate
chance.
that motherfucker. I hated that motherfucker
Yep.
since the first time around. I'm not gonna tell anybody if I was justified, but Chris can back it up. Every fucking time Dane came on page, I was like, "You are a selfish motherfucker. You don't give a fuck." Because he's all like, "Oh, we got to figure out how to get you back to the scribes." And she's like, "I don't want to go back to the scribes. My mom's just gonna kick me back here anyway." And he's like, "No, you got to go back to the scribes." And she's like, "No, I don't fucking want to." I'm like, "The lady doesn't want to." Stop it.
Leave her be.
She makes other friends and stuff. The like important thing is that the way it's written, she's very realistically like getting better and like still struggling and stuff. And throughout this whole thing, Xaden's like keeping an eye on her for various reasons. One of which being her mother like sentenced his father to death. All the complicated enemies to lovers. But so but like part of the thing is like she's been taking out her opponents before they actually get to the mat.
Mm-hmm.
I will not say why, but she just has. Oh, Matt, you should listen to the full cast version of Fourth Wing. It's phenomenal. It's like an audio. It's like a radio play. You talk about good quality.
Yeah.
But she's like, so like her opponent was 6, so Xaden's like, "Oh, I'll fight you," and she's like, "Oh fuck, he's gonna kill me." Like, oh god, because like if they're on your squad, they can't kill you. Everybody else can kill you.
Yeah.
But your squad can't. So she's like, "Oh god, he's gonna kill me. I ain't dying today." And he like fights her and stuff. He basically lets her know, "I know you've been poisoning people." She's like, "Fuck, how do you find out?" He's like, "It's fine, but like if you don't get any battle practice, you're fucked." And she's like, "He's right, but I don't like that he's right." And then he like basically kicks her ass, and like Dane's all like, "Are you okay, Violet?" And Zeta's like, "You need to stop protecting her and teach her how to actually fucking fight."
Yeah.
Like, come on now, you're doing her more harm than good. And I'm like, Zeta knows how to help a lady survive. But like every fucking turn, Dane's like, I got a plan to get you to the scribes. And she's like,
She's like, dang. Stop it.
Dane's just like, "Oh my god, you're gonna die." And like at some point, Dane goes, "Oh, do you know how hard it's gonna be for me to watch you die?" And I'm like, "Oh no." So hard for you to watch her die. Every fucking time he's on page, I'm just brutal to this boy. I give him no leeway whatsoever. I'm like, I hate this motherfucker. Every time Xaden's on page, I'm like, "Can I get your POV?" I'm like, and Violet agrees with me too, because she'll be like, "Oh, I hate how hot he is." And I'm like, "That's right, Violet. We hate how hot he is, except I don't hate it." So and their like flirty banter is so good. So like I'm like
on page and everyone just boos.
And I'm like, Xaden would absolutely never. Oh, this is like this with the dragons, and they're like, and help if so. Like, there's this thing called threshing, which is when all of the students go out during it, and that's when the dragons select you if you're going to be selected. This is also when your fellow cadets can kill you. So That's one of Dane's concerns. He's like, oh, that one guy that's been trying to kill you since Parapet, but like keeps failing, so you think he'd fucking figure something out. But he's like, yeah, no, he's definitely gonna kill you during threshing. And I can only watch. It's against the rules for me to help. And I'm like, oh no. You can't break a rule to save the life of your best friend who you're supposed to be in love with.
Like, what a
I
fucking loser.
cannot stand this man.
I don't want to get in trouble. Like,
I'm gonna break a rule.
you nerd. You don't get a dragon. I don't know if he's in the running for a dragon or not. He doesn't get one.
He already has a dragon.
Is his dragon a dork too?
No.
It should be.
It's okay because Zayden's dragon is the scariest dragon in existence, apparently. You don't cross Sigale. Like the teacher who's teaching him about dragons, he's like, Sigale doesn't even, which Sigale is like she wants. She doesn't even follow dragon kind as we understand it. And I'm like, I like her already. And she's Zayden's dragon. Of course she is. She has good taste.
Listen to that dragon. That dragon breaks the rules and everyone just thinks it's cool.
Well, she does get like ambushed and stuff because she's trying to protect a Feathertail because Feathertails suck at fighting. And these other guys are like, oh, we should kill the Feathertail because they're weak. And I'm like, who the fuck thought it was a good idea to try to kill any dragon? But yeah, so she's like trying to protect the Feathertail. Happens that Sigale likes the Feathertail. But like Zayden's standing there and she's like about to have her ass thoroughly handed to her. And she sees Zayden take a couple steps. And I'm like, because he don't care about the rules. He's about to let you die because of some stupid ass rule. But it's okay because the black dragon that she's gonna bond comes in to save her ass and then goes, this is my bitch. But not that Taryn to call her a bitch because, well, he's an ornery old man, that's what he is, but that's neither here nor there. We love him. So like, yeah, I'm like Zayden would have broke those rules. So I'm just saying, Fourth Wing and Akatar are nothing alike at all, and it is unfair to compare an apple to an orange. And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I am saying I cannot forgive one. So
Nothing one is better than the other. The other, but one of them has committed unforgivable sin and is evil.
Yes.
Beyond that, it's
hated feelings that I don't want. But in the other one, I can just ship to my little shipper's heart is content. And my husband has fallen irrevocably in love with this series too. I'm gonna like boast about him. He's so cute. Because like he was like, I kind of want to read it. It seems like it would be a book that we enjoy. And I'm like, okay, we can read it. I had zero interest in this book, but I'm like I don't give a fuck. As you know, I will read anything with it. So I was like, yeah, we can read it. And then I kind of enjoy it. This is me when I have a book that I kind of enjoy, but I really like one aspect. He keeps sending me fan art, and he's all like, of the ship and stuff. And then he's like, hey, these would kind of, because like we role played a lot, and like we, you know, sometimes would have character archetypes, and he's like, these characters, they're just like our characters, and I'm like, oh, they are, and I was like, Sigale Sam Blue. So he's connecting with it on another level, and that's why I now own part one of the full cast on Libro, because I was like, I'm gonna just buy the books because he likes it enough that we can just own them. And I can stop renewing the second book on my Libby. But we are re-listening because it is the full cast version. And we was like, well, we have to listen to the first one so that we get with everyone's voices. So also our piece said it's going to be a while before I read it, so I won't even any spoil. That's good. You just come back here after you do. Zayden wouldn't have violence. There's a pivotal emotional part of the book. There's this fight, and he just yells out, "Violence!" And I'm like, hey. Even if Violence was a cute nickname, we're gonna pretend that it is. That's still the point when typically he should yell her real name.
Yeah.
Because that's the emotional grip. But no.
Ugh.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah, that sucks.
My husband came in here to tempt me further to divorce, said he did. And hated too. Like Zayden says it at first to get under her skin, and say so one of the like complaints and stuff is that like a lot of male leads will use a nickname, and I think I may be misremembering, but I think in ACOTAR he does that too, where it's like, oh, well, this is the nickname that I'm going to call you. And it's like, oh, and they hate it, but it's like, oh, this is supposed to be cute. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're missing the point. The point is that they don't get along at first. And so they're saying it to irritate them. But then as their relationship changes over time, it becomes a term of endearment. And then she likes hearing it. I'm like, y'all don't believe in you don't really even y'all don't believe in romantic arcs. There is a beginning, a middle, and an end game for a romance. Like, it's okay for them to not get along or not like be 100%. I don't know. You could still say it, even like if she, later to playfully annoy her. Like Chris kept calling me, as much as I'm like joking about hating him for it. Like he's like while we're grocery shopping, he just kept going silence, like to go in the grocery store, and I'd be like, "You're not allowed to hold my hand now."
No.
He's not mistreating me. This isn't a horrible sign. This isn't. It's just he's being a doofus, and I'm entertaining it because I just hate some criticisms of books that are unfair. And I will also say there is a big difference, a huge difference between somebody going, I don't like this, and this is a problem and a detriment. And other people should also understand that this is horrible and this makes the writer bad. Because these are two very different things. And just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's bad. I don't like Dane's existence, but apparently he's good for the
I guess it's fine that he's here.
I'm sorry, I'm still hating the violence thing right now.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
No. Why can't he pick something else?
Yeah, that's it.
We should go into another sprint. I'm finding us a timer.
Gotcha.
Does Laura have a purple flower timer?
This will be the Matt gets new pants timer.
I found a purple flower timer. They're crocus flowers, but close enough. But now I want to do the Matt snacking timer. It is too late. I've already dedicated.
Too late.
See, Violet would have made more sense. Violet, violent. She is violent. She is not violence.
What I have to agree.
Would I have still had issue with it? Probably. You can't please me sometimes. It's just not gonna work.
Just no.
Is my little violent? Yes, you know it still suffers.
Yeah.
But it's fine. No one's perfect. I'll forgive Zayden. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello. I wanted to make sure I muted up here so that we didn't get the echo again. I need to just buy one of those little fuzzy microphones that I see a lot of YouTubers using, because that's essentially what I have going on.
Yeah.
Over the holiday break, I'm going to factory reset my laptop and hope that fixes the mic problem.
Yeah, that seems logical.
I'm 2/3 done, maybe. I got 3-ish paragraphs left on this page.
Nice.
Unsure if I will continue next sprint because I was highlighting a word and my intent was to add a comment that was like, is this the right word here? But instead of adding a comment, I started typing, is this the right word here? But like first I typoed because I put it's instead of is. And then I was trying to fix that. And then by the time I finally was like, is this the right? And then I looked up at it and I was like, no.
Is this the right
like,
spot for these words to go?
Like, that is not what I needed to do. So, I mean, I did catch myself. But we will see. This is why it's so important to have critique partners that understand your medical conditions. It's so, because like I was talking to my critique partner earlier and I was like, hey, I feel so bad that the critiques from me this month have I'm like some of the chapters I am on the ball and then other chapters and they're like, I will take any. They're like, so, and I'm like, yeah. But I'm really trying to get I really want these critiques done before December because in December I will be working with Danica on Not For Her. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
But also I am behind on the critiques because I can sort of, without a lot of details, my brother-in-law was in a car accident and he is out of the hospital. He's home. Everything's fine. He's healing. But so I went with my mom to help with my nieces on and off a lot. But that wore me out. One does not critique after helping out with toddlers.
No.
I introduced my oldest niece to Let's Go Eevee.
Oh, nice.
Because she's really into Pokemon Go, and her dad just gave her Pokemon. Oh, I forgot which one. One of them's playing red, and the other one's playing yellow. I forgot who's playing which.
Like the OG.
Yeah,
like
the OG one. Yeah, one of them's playing one, and the other one's fine. Because I got yelled at because I called Gary, and she's like, "He's blue."
That's
I'm like,
blue.
oh, I forgot about that. I know, I got in trouble. Because in Let's Go Eevee, you get your own blue. And my sister was asking me about it, and I was like, oh, that's your Gary. And my niece goes, his name is Blue. I'm like, my bad, I forgot. But yeah, so I brought Let's Go Eevee so she could try it out, and she was obsessed.
Yeah.
Which, for anybody who doesn't know, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu is basically just Pokemon Red and Blue, but one you get to use a Pikachu and the other one you get to use Eevee. And otherwise, there's as with all editions of Pokemon like that, there's some, I think Arcanines are in the Pikachu one, and then Ninetales are in the Eevee one. There's a couple different. I sent my sister an article so she could decide which one. But yeah, but it's basically, I think, specifically designed so that kids can play and enjoy it easier. So, and then my other niece and I she's like 3, so she just kept going. She'd be like, I want to try out this game. And she'd go to like my Nintendo 64 emulator and try out some games there. The most fun she had was when we went to Mario 64
Mm-hmm.
and she was just running around. She giggled so fucking. She never even made it in a painting. she was just having a blast.
Just running around.
And I was having a blast watching her have a blast. So, and then like we got the younger 2 nieces down for a nap, and then me and my mom and my oldest niece, we played a round of Clue on the Switch. And then she went back, essentially, like she wanted to try out the Donkey Kong game I brought, which was great because I didn't even know we owned it. But I like saw it and I knew that I would be babysitting with my mom. My mom, as I have said many times, she loves 3 games above all else: Diablo 3 or Diablo,
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts, and Donkey Kong. Those are her jams. Not necessarily in that order. So we were playing, like, my niece started playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Then she had to go to the bathroom, so she handed my mother the controller just to hold. But my mother started playing it. So then we just kind of kept taking turns. Let me tell you, I would get so many lives. I'd get like 6 or 7 lives only for those 2
Mm-hmm.
to lose them. But it was fine. We had a lot of fun. I got yelled at for like if I missed a letter or something. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I haven't played Donkey Kong in years and I don't know how to get that fucking O. I got the K, the N, and the G. And then like I came home and I was playing it by myself. And then I figured it out and I got the O. And so I just sent my mother a text that said, I found the O.
Outstanding. That's what the O is for. It's for outstanding.
CB, who had no context for Donkey Kong but was in a call with me when I yelled it, I was like, I found the O. I've got to tell my mom. And she's like, the what? It's like, is your mother going to understand you? And I'm like, if she should, but if she doesn't, oh well. My mom was just like, the what? And I was like, on Donkey Kong. And she goes, oh, congrats. I did. I got the O, and his name is Blue. Look, it's not my fault. I didn't play the game. And y'all want to know why I didn't play the game? Because I played Pokemon Yellow. And I watched Pokemon with my father and my sisters every morning, every Saturday morning. And I wanted an Eevee. I wanted to use an Eevee. And then I went to play Pokemon Yellow. And they're all like, you get a Pikachu. Then I'm like, fuck you. I did not touch another Pokemon game. That wasn't like I played Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap and the Pokemon Puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not touch one of the ones like that until Pokemon Black and White. And that was because Chris got Pokemon Black and I got Pokemon White, or the other way around. Either way. Sam over here not getting far enough into the game to get the free Eevee. I wanted Eevee as my starter.
Well, I
wanted my Eevee to run around with me the way that Pikachu did, and I was like 6 or 7, and you weren't making me do nothing I didn't want to do. I full on ate nothing but macaroni and cheese for a year. And my mother took me to the doctor because I just refused to eat anything else. She was like, is she going to die if she doesn't eat anything else? I told you from another country. And did you listen? No. Did you know me? No, but that's fine. This is why Sigale and I are the same person.
I would have told you from this country. I also didn't know you at the time, but I would have told you.
I didn't care.
I would have let you know.
Which my dad did tell me. He's like, you can get an Eevee in the game. And I'm like, but it's not my starter.
He's like, Pikachu's on the cover of the game.
I don't give a fuck. Gary got an Eevee. I wanted an Eevee. And that was the day Gary became my arch nemesis. If you release all your other Pokemon, including Pikachu, once you get your Eevee. No, that's not how it works. But in Pokemon, you do start out with an Eevee. It is your starter, and it rides your head.
Oh,
It's adorable.
Eevee is my nephew's favorite Pokemon at the moment.
Just then it's not following you.
It's a good point.
It doesn't have to walk. Pikachu doesn't walk everywhere.
I mean, he's around.
Ash carries that motherfucker.
In yellow, Pikachu walks around. In the game,
Well, I don't
Pikachu
give a
walks
fuck
around.
about yellow.
I know, because you couldn't get an Eevee immediately.
I was misled.
You turn on the game and it goes, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" And you go, "Where's my fucking Eevee?"
If you don't give me my Eevee right the fuck
Yeah,
now,
you're like, "Where is it?" And the Professor Oak goes, "You simply have to calm down."
I'll be like, no. It's like, oh, we're out of Eevees. I'm not leaving on my Pokemon journey. I will wait another year.
Yes.
I will wait
Turns
until
over
you're
a giant hourglass.
Eevee's my favorite, and all the evolutions are my favorites. And I like just learned that this is true of my niece as well. And we're like, comparing our Pokemon Go. She's like, oh, how do you have all the shiny evolutions? And I was like, Eevee can baby. He was like, what do I name my Eevee in Let's Go Eevee to make it evolve into a Flareon? And I'm like, I don't think it works the same way, but Pyro. So, to be fair to you, if the game gave you an Eevee starter, if you waited for an actual Eevee game time, I would have.
Yeah, that seems only fair.
Also, CB failed to sleep. Are you still here? RP fixed the mistake, he thinks, and has continued scheduling / planting / harvesting dates. Just not tired, CB, or is something keeping you awake? She might still be on West Coast time, where it's 2 hours earlier for her. I like how this stream went from a like signature conversation about webtoon things to book things to now just 6-year-old angst.
No.
Also, my family unanimously all liked Digimon better than Pokemon anyway, and we had very simple. We had such simple reasoning. When Digimon become big and ugly, they can go back to being small and cute. Pokemon simply cannot. It just stay big and ugly.
My 6-year-old.
Okay, some of those Digimon became ugly. Not all of them, but some of them.
I have no frame of reference for Digimon other than I am aware that it exists.
All you need to know is that Garurumon is the best. And he turns into Were-Garurumon. He's a werewolf with ripped pants and biker leathers.
I will accept that.
Most of them become barely clothed humans, but that's a whole different issue. That's just Anjumon and Anjumon. Greymon is just a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, no, I guess Lilymon is like she becomes like a little flower fairy. She's plenty clothed. Digimon are fucking wild, Matt.
I was about to be
and they don't follow like what you would think. the rules of evolution would, like, the one who becomes a werewolf, he looks like a like little walrus thing.
A werewolf.
At least that's what he always reminded me of. Like a walrus with feet. And like Platamon, which is this little thing that just has these wing ears, right? Its ears come out and their wings. And it otherwise kind of reminds me of like a ball with legs and arms, and it turns into a full grown ass man named Anjaman.
I love a creature that just becomes a guy. He has a job.
You'll never guess what turns into Anja Woman.
I will not.
A scrappy little cat that has fingerless gloves.
See, this is why I just did Pokemon, because the rock turns into a bigger rock.
Okay, but how does the egg turn into a coconut tree?
Because a leaf stone gave it leaf stuff.
I can bring up some Pokemon ones that don't make no fucking sense either.
If you give the eggs a leaf stone to evolve them, it gives it leaf stuff.
No. And a cactus becomes a BDSM tentress, but you know.
See, and that's
I don't remember that one. Hold on. Which Digimon is that one? That's later than you know. Oh, okay. So that's not in the original Digimon. I stopped watching Digimon after, like, for the most part, after season 3, because the whole theme of Digimon seasons 1 and stuff is that it's this bond with your digital monster. They're your digital best friend, and it is through this bond and this friendship that you build up and create that gives them the power to become super powered and stuff. And then in later seasons they get these little disc things that they insert cards and shit into, and I'm like, excuse you? My friendship is Yu-Gi-Oh now?
Yeah.
Which, when I say it that way, makes a lot of sense. But that's not how they described it in the cartoon. So, and then, controversially, also one of my favorite seasons of Digimon, but the one that I hate the most because of this. Fox, was it season 5 or 4? But either way, the humans get the power to become Digimon.
Oh.
But I also love that season because it's so written. But I'm like, I hate myself for that season because I'm like, this spits upon everything Digimon stood for. But also the plot is so good. And the theme song is it's fucking me. I'm gonna send you the theme song. You're gonna love the theme song.
I love theme songs.
Yes. Also, Fox and I randomly sing the theme song to each other. With faith in ourselves and trust in each other, we live by the lessons we've learned. My voice cracks so bad, but it's fine.
Stream gets taken down for copyright infringement.
Except they don't. That's not the point, Fox. It's kind of funny because that theme song that goes like that. But you know the original theme song? Digimon, digital monsters.
I know that one.
Change into digital champions to save the digital world. So simple, so straight to the point.
Garlic
champions.
Sorry?
Misheard lyric. I think.
do love garlic.
Garlic is good.
Garlic is so
I am debating if we should do another sprint or if we should end the stream because it's almost 9:30 and I'm tired and I will be useless. I'm not critiquing anymore. So, chat, Matt, do you guys want to work for another sprint? Because if so, I'll just listen to a video.
I'll be so for real. I took a nap, a little teeny tiny 15-minute nap, like right before stream. And as I awoke from that minuscule slumber, the first conscious thought I had was
You want to go back?
similar. Was naps are like an amazing movie trailer for a movie that you just simply can't wait until it comes out. And I think that is a sign that I'm deeply tired.
Fox, who notoriously hates naps.
Napping is the best thing that you can do on this earth. Anything that may seem to have purpose pales in comparison to taking a little nap. That's why we're here. That's the answer to life's riddle. It's to take a little nap.
Fox is unfriending you on a service that he doesn't have and famously hates.
And that I don't have the app on my phone anymore. But so heard.
Also, I don't know if anybody saw during the sprint, my beloved husband brought me some hot chocolate from the Dutch Bros.
Oh, that's
while calling me semi. Oh yeah.
I thought it was a big old slice of strawberry pie.
I thought it was pie too until you said, like, I didn't hear what you said it was.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I thought it was strawberry pie. And my brain goes, it's not pie? And then I realized what it was.
It's like the lights, they look like big strawberries. And then the letters look like whipped cream. And that's strawberry pie.
I dig it. It's a pie.
Yeah.
But also he kept calling me Semilence, and so you just see my face every time he does it.
Yeah. I really wish I had hot chocolate here. That sounds so good. Do you think if I made a chocolate protein shake and then put it in the microwave, that would be good?
I don't enjoy protein shakes in the first place, so.
Well, what if one was put into a microwave?
I think it's worth a try.
I mean, or maybe stovetop. Maybe we do it on a stovetop to really.
I will say the stovetop might work better because you can control the.
Yeah, because I am a little afraid that I might create life by putting protein powder in a microwave. Whereas stovetop, I can keep an eye on it and not Frankenstein myself.
Speaking of Frankenstein, we're not going to sprint, but we will be streaming for the full 3 hours, apparently. Chris and I watched... It was a Frankenstein movie. I'm just trying to remember if it was called Frankenstein. It's a newer one.
Like the new one that just came out a month ago?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah. Guillermo del Toro directing.
Yes, it was his Frankenstein. We watched that one, and it was funny because at the end, after we finished it, Chris was like, so how did you like that one? I know Frankenstein's not really your thing. And I'm like, I've never voiced this to him, so I'm like, why would you say that? Because when we watch or talk about Frankenstein things, it seems like the further away from the source material it is, the more you enjoy it. he was like, I know it's not, like the black and white Frankenstein. And I'm like, I have never actually seen the black and white Frankenstein, or I saw it when I was so young that I don't remember it. But I remember bits and pieces of it and like the Bride of Frankenstein and the one Gene Wilder was Young
Yeah,
Frankenstein. Like I've never
Gene
actually
Wilder
seen
one.
those in their entireties.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, Frankenstein's just one of those things that, like, because it's a genre defining work, I know a lot about, and I know a lot about Marie Shelley. And I was like, and the more I learned about the actual novel, the less I wanted to read it. Which may be why one of the which may just add to the thing of I just don't want to know things before I read anymore.
Yeah.
But and I'm like, because from what I understand, a lot of the Frankenstein novel is just men narrating how broody they are and how shit life
Absolutely.
is. And I'm like, and
Yeah.
I just don't wanna I'm like, I don't wanna deal with that. And he's like, "Oh, so the black and white one's, like, not your I'm like, "No, my Frankenstein is Herman Munster." That
I
is the that is the first Frankenstein I ever remember seeing is Herman Munster, and that is my Frankenstein. And I'm like, so we can, so I will never, ever judge a Frankenstein adaptation based off of my Frankenstein.
yeah, that is
I'm like,
fair.
but you are correct. That is the farthest from the original one can get is the monsters. So, uh, but also I like bring this up as a small thing to switch over in that I recently listened to Interview with a Vampire because CB, Cody, and I watched the Interview with a Vampire movie for October, and I was like, "Oh, I've heard that the movie is a really good adaptation, but like that I think it was Brad Pitt was disappointed
Mhm.
that he could like that he felt they downplayed Louis a lot in the movie." And I'm like, so I would be really interested to see how he wanted to like play him. And they also said that they downplayed Lestat in the movie. Uh or they let him upplay it in the movie or whatever. But I wanted to read the book to see what the differences were. My God, is Louis whiny. Oh, this man, there's a part in the book where I'm like 40, somewhere between 30 and 40% through the book, and he's talking to the or to the reporter, and he's all like, "Oh yes," and then something, but I never brooded. I never like did this. I was always just fascinated. I was taking in everything and her life and this and that, and I'm like, motherfucker, I heard your ass brooding. All right, you done brooded for
I
2 hours.
I was never brooding. I was always just cool and mysterious, but I wasn't brooding. Like, okay, buddy.
I'm like, sir. I will say the book is an interesting read. You do have to have a high tolerance for men whining about, or okay, let me rephrase. You have to have a high tolerance for men waxing philosophically about all the things they don't like in life because they don't brood.
They don't brood. He was very clear. He doesn't brood.
It was very clear. Yes, he is like so. The internet. Yes, you have to have a high tolerance for the internet, but the actual story and the plot and everything is really interesting, and I greatly enjoyed the writing style. So it's really just Louis I didn't like because I love Lestat. Lestat was such a great. So Louis and Lestat were kind of like the representatives of two different kinds of vampire. Lestat like kind of represents the old kind of vampire that's like a monster and selfish and stuff. But also, I feel Lestat was more human than Louis was, which is funny because Louis is supposed to be like the one who still has their humanity. But I'm like, I felt Lestat was kind of more human than Louis, but I do think the movie was a really good adaptation. I think it's one of those things where if you wanted to read the book, I would say watch the movie first because then reading the book feels like, oh, I got these bonus things. Whereas if you read the book and then watch the movie, you're like, oh, they left out these things. I, with one exception, the movie changes the way that like Claudia's death goes down, and then like there's a couple things that like it left out that doesn't affect the story overall, but it does greatly affect and change like why Louis and Lestat re-meet in Louisiana toward the end. Whereas I much prefer in the book. I wish they had left that in because that would have made it make more sense, to be honest. And the book, like in the movie, it ends with Lestat kind of coming to the reporter and it implying that he's about to start the cycle over. Whereas the book just ends with the reporter leaving and planning to go find Lestat. Again, like still the same feeling of, oh, well, the cycle's going to start over. So that's just kind of a dealer's choice on which you like better.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that the guy's going to go find Lestat better, but
Yeah.
that's if Sam is the dealer. But yes, so I don't know. After listening to Interview with the Vampire, maybe I'll go find Frankenstein.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I loved Frankenstein, but I also read it when I was 16. And if there is, I mean, what an age to read a book that is largely just men complaining.
I got a copy that I bought because when I saw it, I was like, oh, my husband would absolutely love this copy. But also, looking at you right now, I think you'd love this copy too.
Yeah, like that rocks. Yeah.
On the back, it said, if I cannot inspire love, I will cause fear.
My guy.
But, yeah.
No, that's one of those like
I like see the like
yeah.
The like and stuff, so
Mm-hmm. I have such fond memories of Frankenstein that I don't think I will ever reread it because I do think I will like it less if I reread it. So I'm just like, nope. You will stay how I remember you.
Also, I will say that like this is how I like when one is like, what does Frankenstein look? I will always imagine like the very or associate it with the very like square
Sure.
Neanderthals thing. But whenever I see modern Frankensteins, they make them like all soft and round, and I'm like, no, bring me a man with a square jaw. I want the squarest of men to be my Frankenstein. Thank you all very much. Nothing wrong with a man with a round chin or a soft face, but like...
But not the monster, not the creature.
Not the monster. Who's... Every time I call him Adam, Chris is like, they never say his name. And I'm like, Marie Shelley said his name was Adam.
Please.
He's Adam. Let me call him Adam, especially when it's like, oh, well, he's the monster. But is he the monster or is Dr. Frankenstein the monster? See, I don't feel that's fair. He deserves to be called something else. In the new Frankenstein, I did have like one giant gripe.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. This is my gripe about Dane. And it's the woman. I hate how they use her.
Yeah.
She's just... Have you seen the new Frankenstein?
I did see the new Frankenstein.
Okay. Yeah, I hate how she's essentially just like a plot device for the men.
To be fair, she is also a plot device in
I know,
book, but in the book she's not on the page as much.
She's just... Well, it's because they set her up to be his equal.
Exactly.
And
yeah, like in the book,
wasn't...
she's just like this kind of throwaway character. In the movie, they're like, look at her, and I'm like, she's not doing anything. They're like, she's his equal, and like and so you think, oh, is she going to like be the force that like proves that he's the monster and stuff, and that the monster is actually like human and innocent? But no, then she's supposed to be like symbolic of like she's natural life and he's like scientific life or this shit and stuff. And I'm like, why is she in love with the monster when she first sees him? That makes no sense.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
care
wasn't
who you
crazy about
are.
the movie.
She's putting an awful lot of trust into, like, I think she doesn't value her life that much. Like,
No.
and the way she's so mad at Victor too, because she's all like I'm in love with you, but I'm marrying your brother, and I'm mad that you're upset about this. At the wedding, he's all like, I just want to let you know I'm over it. I just want to be platonic friends because you're marrying my brother, and thus you're going to be my sister-in-law, and I'm here to make amends. And she gets pissy with him, and she's like, "Get out of here! Don't lie to me."
Yeah.
First of all, who's to say he's lying? Secondly, just don't lie. What do you want him to do?
No, it's so funny. I made this point of like, all right, there's like her, she is in love with not one but two men more so than her husband. like,
She marrying him.
like,
Give it a
like,
reason.
ma'am, you meet three men in this movie. The fourth man you meet is your father, I believe.
Uncle.
Uncle,
That's her
uncle,
uncle.
that's right, uncle. Yeah, so it's like your uncle, so he's a little disqualified. Immediately
The
after
uncle
him
who
is your
who's
husband.
also the uncle whom apparently was supportive of the idea of her
Yeah,
and
I was
Victor.
so down for the infidelity. He's just like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, I don't care. Can you just make me
No,
not
he was
die?
just gonna because remember he was like, oh, if you put my brain in the monster, you can marry
Yeah,
my
like
niece.
using her as a
So I'm
bargaining
like,
chip.
so why are they getting married? And then the monster shows up and she's all like, oh, it's the love of my life. And I'm like,
I did.
what
I
is this?
loved the relationship between Victor and her uncle because her uncle would always be like, "Here's $1 billion. Anything else you need, I'm here." And Victor would go, "Oh, you're so annoying." And it's like, I don't know, man. I think you should be a little grateful. And then at the end, he's just like, "Hey, so I've given you $1 billion and all of this like material. All I ask is that you use this that I funded to help me not die." And Victor goes, "You're being ridiculous." No, and it's just like, I don't know, man.
On the one side, I'm kind of with Victor because like the disease he had, like it's already infected. He's like, you're gonna fuck up my
Yeah.
experiment, bro.
But I just love the comedy of him just being perpetually annoyed by this guy, and he goes, "Can I live, please?" And Victor goes, "No.
No.
No, ew, I'm gonna throw you through the
Tell
floor."
anybody he dies.
Yeah, and then he just says, "Oh, I think he went home or something." I don't know. Like, just so dismissive of this guy
Oh,
the
he fucked
entire
up
time.
until he needed to justify murder, and then he's like, "Look what the creature did. It looks like a bad thing."
Just so funny.
Later, they're like, "Oh no, how did she die? Look what the creature did."
Look what the creature did. No, a lot of
That
funny
one,
stuff.
the Dutch ship captain was wild.
Crazy.
I don't care that we can't sail through through a land of ice. We're going to do it anyway.
Throw rocks.
Yeah. Care that creature appears to be immortal. We'll just all die, saving this random man.
Yeah. I saw like a
I
meme about
vaguely
it.
think he's a lord.
Yeah. Who knows?
Did
But
you
yeah,
know the actress who played the woman that he was in love with was also the actress who played his mother?
I didn't catch it when I watched it, and then I learned it after the fact, and I'm just like, yeah, no, those mommy issues are very apparent now.
I didn't catch it, but Chris told me, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
no. Also, she had no eyebrows.
Yeah. That I did catch. I'm like, okay, Super Saiyan 3, Mia Goth, got it.
But I'm just like, I feel like from what I know of the novel, I think that movie may be the closest adapted, like accurate
It's a
adaptation.
fairly loyal adaptation. Like it definitely takes some liberties and changes some stuff but from what I remember, it is largely pretty
I'm mad the old
accurate.
man died.
I know.
I didn't care about the rest of it, but that old man was
Love
my
that old
favorite.
man.
Those
Yeah.
wolves must have been fucking starving.
Yeah. They meant business.
They were like, we'll eat all of you. Multiple times. But also, I blame Adam for not closing the door.
Yeah. You spent all this
You
time
know
reading
the
philosophy.
man
Maybe you should have learned manners while you were studying. Maybe you should have learned some manners. We're not paying to heat the whole outside. Close the door behind you.
Right? Like, or like just close it better, because like that door withstood the wolves the first time.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Move the old man into the place where you were hiding. Like, you're gonna be back. It's fine.
It does kind of fit the the theme of the story, though, of all these men complaining while also being like, "Yeah, no, and I hear you, but can you do something though? Can you?" Yeah, life's tough. It's easier if you do close the door, though. So maybe you close the door, and then you can complain later.
Or the thing when he's like, "Dad, did you let my mom die?" And his dad's like, "What?" Which Tywin Lannister, I don't know his actual actor's name,
Oh
but he's
God,
phenomenal. I love him.
James Charles Dance. Charles Dance.
He's so great. And he's
Love
like, "How the fuck dare you accuse me of letting mine own wife die? The
Yeah.
wife I clearly didn't really care that much about and prioritize the baby over her. How dare you imply I would have prioritized your brother's life over hers?"
Yeah. I did love also like during his little grow up montage or whatever. He's just like, and then my dad loved the new kid more than me, and I'm like, and I hear you, and that does suck. However, your vibes are awful, and you're weird, and I don't know, man. If I was your dad, you
His
wouldn't be my
brother's
favorite. And his brother's just
brother's
a doofus.
loyalty to him is questionable.
So crazy. It's
He's
not like
like,
he shows up. He's like, I haven't seen you
Jonathan
in
is
years. Here's my
really
wife.
right. Jonathan is like the best character in the movie, and unironically, he made a life for himself. He takes care of his weird older brother. Somehow landed a woman who can't stand to be in the same room with
Yeah,
him.
who just hates him.
Like, takes care of his brother after he loses a leg. And then
What?
just kind of left alone in the world after his fiancé night. His brother goes missing.
So he goes, okay, later. Like, he gives his brother, with help from his father-in-law, who is trying to use his betrothed as a bargaining chip, helps his older brother build a lair, and is just like, yeah, I mean, he's always hated me and is openly rude to me constantly, but I'll give him a lair.
Also, he used his connections to get him that thing he was trying to get.
Yeah.
Into the medical. His brother, fucking Victor, just tosses it in the fire.
Victor is such a dickhead, and
He's a monster.
It's so fun.
He's played by such a charismatic actor.
I know, which makes it like so much better. I did love the Oscar Isaac's performance as Victor.
I am so salty about the recent string of things I've been watching with well-casted men who I want to hate. Well, not just men, also a woman, but I want to hate these characters, but their actors are just like so
Just so
charismatic, and I am not often affected by anybody's charisma. This is rude ass shit. But like I've been watching his Dark Materials with Fox and Lyra's parents. I fucking hated them in the book. No leeway, no sympathy from me whatsoever. I'm watching him and I'm like, he's actually pretty charismatic. I see why he's likable. I hate him. Her mother, I'm like, you will not make me feel sympathy for your motherly struggles. You are kind of badass, though.
God damn it.
I hate you. And then the one character I really liked from the book, I'm like, you're not nearly as charismatic on screen as I wanted you to be, but I still love you. So Lee Skarsgård. He's not super likable on screen. The harsh quickness of that. I wanted his charisma to be on par. He's the only actor that feels like he's acting. That might be it. Everybody else just sort of feels like real, like in their role. Like His Dark Materials, the TV show, is on par for me as the His Dark Materials full cast audiobook was. And I fucking love that audiobook. Is one of my favorite audiobook performances. May or may not be tied with the Fourth Wing series. Once I finish it, we'll see. Just like for quality of the performance and stuff. Matt, you should listen to His Dark Materials.
I should.
But not before the Dreamer trilogy.
Well, and now I really, it's on my to-do list of like getting, because I have a list of
What
books
you
to
do
listen to.
is you decide who you want to please more that day. It's like, do I want to be on Fox's side or Sam's side? And that's what you listen to that
I flip
day.
a coin with both of your faces on it.
You always want to be on Fox's side. Who do you think controls things around her? Not her. I don't know about that. I think I'd get yelled at less if that were true.
Yeah. No, now I do have to. I drive a decent amount now, so I do now have a little bit of like, because that's how I was able to listen to the Raven Boys and why book 4 took so long. Because the first 3 books, I had a job where I was driving.
And that was my favorite job you had.
Hey, mine too. It was great. I just got paid to drive around. It was awesome.
Chris and I now, because this year, since a lot of parenting things and stuff with his job and everything have settled down a little, we're like, okay, we've always made our time to do the anniversary and have some dates and stuff. And now we're like, we just want to start spending more time together, just chilling and stuff again, right? Because that is what we did largely before we had children. We just spent lots of time together.
Right.
And so what we've started doing is on his days off or stuff, we will listen to the audiobook while we play Stardew on the Switch.
Nice.
And or today we were running a lot of errands, so we'll put the audiobook on because he's one of those drivers who he doesn't talk a lot when he drives sometimes. So instead of me just sitting there reading on my phone, I put the audiobook on and then I play this game where I'm clicking on pigs and they just get rid of the colors and I get so zoned into that. But yeah, so we got through an hour of the book today.
Yeah.
So. And it's funny because it'll take us a month to get through that book. And in the meantime, I have read 10 books.
Yeah, no, I'm much more on Chris's speed there.
I mean, that's fine. Not everybody gets a migraine that makes you just lay in bed all day listening to books. Oh, in my most recent Out There series, I listened to books 1 through 4 of the Horde Kings of Dakar. So, your face.
Horde Kings of Dakar.
Yeah, captured by the Horde King, taken by the Horde King.
That sounds like that sounds like a bunch of rats in a junkyard that have stored up a bunch of stuff in a car, and that's the Horde King of Dakar.
No, Drokar.
Well, I like Dakar.
Oh, but not the rat Horde King of the junkyard.
I mean,
no, it's kind of in a similar line as the Ice Planet Barbarian series was, except it's less erotic focused and more romance and plot focused. But again, like similarities would be like a great world building series. Humans, apparently, we fucked over Earth. And so we went to space and whatnot. And the Intergalactic Federation made a deal with the King of Drakkar so that we could have settlements. But then the Galactic Federation said, fuck our settlements. And so now humans are breaking some rules because we're like, we're starving and shit. And so the Horde Kings are like, oh, we gotta try to help fix this. And like in book 1, our main character's little brother, he was like, hey, I heard that if you burn land, it's more fertile. But like the Drakarians, they're all like, yeah, no, you can't do that because like our planet is alive and shit, and so that's hurting it. But he did it, and then they're like, well, now we gotta kill him. And his sister's like, no, 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 we will not, please, we won't do that. And so the Horde King's just kind of like, that's my wife now, and she's like, is my brother gonna die? And they're like, no. And she's like, hey.
I do
Then
just
now
want to say,
they, huh?
when you said Horde King, I'm picturing a human-sized rat with a crown made of tinfoil.
They look like people mostly, but their ears are slightly pointy and they do have tails. So they could be giant rat men.
Do they have big front teeth?
No.
Do
But they have
explicitly
claws.
not have big front teeth?
No.
Well,
But they have claws.
rats have little.
Yeah, I'm helping you.
Yeah. So they got
Let me
tail.
send you some of the covers.
Just sends me a picture of a rat.
I'll send you the Great Mouse Detective.
The Tale of Despero.
That is not the right chat room.
Or is it a rat room? Oh, my phone is dead.
Oh no.
It has 10% left. It has enough to show me this rat. I'll be honest, he looks more like a rat than I was expecting.
That's why when you said it, I was like, wait.
I mean,
wait.
like...
I was like, hold on, because of the way their tails are designed. I was like...
that's rat-inspired.
Their enemies that they were going to go to war with are lizard men. Well, lizard people.
I feel like rats and lizards don't really get along well.
Works enough. They're well, they're like neutral, but then they make a temporary alliance with some fish people. So, what are the things they ride? I want to know what those look like.
I am really taken aback by how much they do look like, especially the first guy. Like, that is a rat man.
You're like, I cannot.
Like his
Here, that's
eyes. Look at his
all
eyes.
6 of them.
He's got red
That's
eyes.
why I was like, I have to show you because I don't
Yeah.
disagree.
That's crazy.
How
Oh,
do you
that's
spell
funny.
pirate? Has no one drawn fan art of things that they write? They have these mounts, right? And they're like these giant taloned mounts that they ride and they like bond with them. And now I'm like, are they birds? Are they bird beast things? I need to see what they look like
Are they
now.
bird beasts? Is this a rat
They're
riding a...
fish.
Is it a rat riding a pigeon?
So that's what we need to know.
Is
Are
this
they
happening in New York
rats
City? Makes the lizards
New
a tough
York
sell.
Central Park.
Yeah. This is all
No, it's
happening
New York
in...
City. They've got alligators. They've got
They've got
crocodiles and alligators
alligators
in their
all in the
sewers.
swamp for
And
sure, or
the
not in the swamp,
turtles
in the
are in
sewers.
New York City. Come on now. You can
Yeah,
have
but
reptiles in the sewer. And the lizard people live inside a mountain.
they live in the sewers, is what they do. They
Yes.
with
In Maddened by the Horde King. It's that with the main female character. She's come a slave of the lizard people. And she's like coming out through this secret passage from the mountain, and she's breaking into the one city through the sewers.
and I like. I'm just saying. My
My
I
Alien Lover series just got a whole new.
it's actually just Central Park.
It's just Central Park. I will say I may have also cherry picked the most radish 2 of the 6, but I sent you
Yeah.
a thing that has all 6 of them. So
Book 7's gonna be the Horde King takes Manhattan.
apparently the series is done with all 6 books. So, but she has like a shit ton of other alien romances, and I'm like, I didn't know this was going to be a genre I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
but here we are. My second series. The Horde King is just Shrek. I could see that for the Horde King of book 4. He's a little out there. No, book 3. It was book 3. Which everybody like calls him the Mad Horde King because they thought that he was like losing his damn mind because he saw things. He's just psychic. he sees ghosts. So he's like, so I wasn't seeing figments of my imagination because he's like every now and then like he'd see like his dead sister or he'd see like the faces or something of people he killed and he's like they're haunting me and he's like I got some real bad PTSD. Turns out no, he just sees spirits.
Just love it.
And
Right
like
out here, Wildin.
the woman he likes, she also like she has magic powers and so she's like I think you're just like me. I think you're just seeing dead people. He's like, oh, that would be a relief.
You
Just seeing dead people.
Horde of the Undead.
Just
Is her name April O'Neil?
no, sadly.
Sad. What's also sad is I just yesterday I bought a big old bag of potatoes and they're sitting on my counter and I keep looking over at them and thinking it's a bag of rolls. And I'm like, "Ooh, I can go eat a roll." And then I'm like, "Oh, but it's a potato. It's not a roll."
That is very sad.
Yeah, so I need to move the potatoes out of my field of vision, so I stop thinking they're rolls.
This book is so deeply first person that I was like, I want to double check their names. Does not have his or her name in the thingy. Because it's just, this is the summary from her, then that's the summary from his. And yeah, no name. Aha. Davik in Vienna.
Vienna.
Yeah, that's her name.
Her.
She's of French descent. She calls her mom Maman, which he's all like, that's not Maman's that's not how you say mom in the universal language. And she's like, yeah, it's not. And he's all like, do humans have multiple languages? And she's like, we used to.
Yeah.
Like,
I can still connect her to New York. So her name's Vienna. Her middle name is Sausage, and she hails from a bodega where she lives amongst the Vienna sausages.
Sadly, no.
Damn.
She grew up on Dakar, so.
You mean Central Park?
I'm calling it what they call it. It's like Planet of the Apes. You don't argue with the locals.
It's gonna be a rat Statue of Liberty.
Telling you, it's the Great Mouse Detective now.
Yeah, next Forve, all of the prompts are like, all of the characters are rats. All of the characters are rats. Characters, rats.
Different genre of mice,
Yeah.
like a detective mouse thing, space planet mouse thing.
Yeah, like the prompts aren't the same, with the exception of every prompt has just character, mouse, character, mouse.
I mean, he has gained a fondness for making the prompts thematic in some way.
This theme, mice.
He is getting a little lazy with his genres, though. He just keeps telling us whichever ones we want.
Oh.
I knew what I was doing.
Yee.
I fear no wrath. I may lose a flash fiction free-for-all for writing a peace novel.
Genre, war stories. Characters, mice. Trying to think of two other things.
I have to read the peace treaties of the Mice and Rat Alliance. It's been 3 weeks since we ran out of cheddar. The feta's fermented too much.
Oh. Fermented
The
feta.
gorgonzola is more mold than cheese.
I fear I won't live through the winter.
We will not make it. There are wooden blocks with red lines. The bodies of my comrades are skewn in the middle. Don't jest me, sir. I may hate them, but I'm well versed in them at this point in my life. Or maybe I'll win another round, because I don't think any of my comrades are familiar with war stories.
Nope.
I've read far too many of them now. See, here's the thing. War stories was a genre I happily avoided. And then Then a bunch of fantasy novels snuck up on me, and I was like, "Excuse you,
What are you doing here? Leave.
go away." There's a reason I don't read Tolkien. But Poppy Wars specifically, good series. Should have seen it coming. The war series.
Yeah, on account of the title.
That was in fact my bad. But all right. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, Matt. We should wrap up, or we're just gonna keep going because I'm tired and I'm sleepy talking. I will not stop.
I feel that.
Matt, if this ever happens again, you gotta be like, Sam, what the fuck? I need to sleep.
No. I was happy to keep going, but I'm saying I feel because I will also just be like, let's keep it going.
Streaming until 4 a.m, and we're like, oh fuck. It's just, when you're hanging out with friends, just having a good time.
Especially when you're tired. It ends up just being a like, fuck it, we ball. Time's not real.
Time doesn't exist. All right, I have to get us off. All right.
So Thanksgiving food.
Wait, my Thanksgiving's gonna be weird this year. Like, my mom's gonna have sliders for the children so they can eat before dinner's done, and I'm like, excuse you. Turkey is friend. No, they fucking aren't. Turkeys are local. They're native to my area. Are delicious and stupid.
And delicious. I love turkey.
Will in fact drown. If it's raining, they will look up at and just drown.
Yep.
Also, male turkeys during like mating season, it's a problem for some of the local businesses because if their like window's too clean, the turkey will see their reflection and think it's an invading male, and they'll be like, slam into the window and die.
Gorgeous creatures.
RP says good night, everyone. He enjoyed the pseudo rant. Our friendship ravings, yeah. But anyway, Wednesday. With Wednesday, we may or may not have it just because CB is visiting family, and we'll see how I feel because I am trying a new medication and I took my migraine shot, and my migraine shot might take me out. Who knows? But we will try. We will keep you guys updated on whether or not we do a Whip Wednesday. I believe Saturday or Sunday we will be discussing Grandmaster. It might have to be Sunday because my daughter's birthday party is Saturday. Her birthday dinner is Sunday. Stay tuned to find out the mystery of when we will be streaming Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the final volume. No, wait, that's next month. We haven't done it yet. I am free this weekend. So, maybe Whip Wednesday. And then who's Monday next week, Matt?
It's not me. This I know. I don't think the schedule for December has been made yet.
Here's the thing: December's so far away, and yet it's not. It's next week.
It is 1 week. But
all right.
Sneak preview to my availability. Not next Monday.
Stay tuned for all of the announcements on streams after this one. They will be posted in the community tab. We're really tired.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.
It's been a while since we've had a stream with this much exhaustion energy.
I'm exhausted. See, here's the problem. We have all the energy in the world and all of the sleepy in the world. And that's what makes the bad because if we were exhausted, I'd be gone already.
Right.
It's because I have so much energy.
But yeah, it's sleepy. It's sleepy energy.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next time. Bye.